Today we're going to be looking at my beautiful black bottles. I've been tagged. How's it going, YouTube? I hope you're all doing well. My name's Grant. Welcome to 2 + 2 = Fragrance. If you enjoyed today's video, I'd really appreciate it if you could like, comment and subscribe to the channel if you've not already, and turn on your notifications so you'll be made aware of any future content. So today we're going to be looking at the black bottles I've got in my collection. I was tagged to do this video by Barry over at the channel Sensualize. If you've not checked out Barry's channel, I suggest that you go over there and have a look, because he's got some really good content. I'm going to tag 2 people to do this video. I'm going to tag Mark at Aussie Fragrance, and I'm going to tag Tim at Smelly Swede. They've both got really good channels, and I suggest you check their channels out as well if you've not already. Let's have a look at what black bottles I've got in my collection then, shall we? It shouldn't take too long because I've definitely not got as many as Barry. First up, we've got Emporio Armani Diamonds Black Carrot. This is a woody spicy fragrance. No one seems to talk about this one, to be honest, and I really like it. I've had it for quite a few years. It's got notes of bergamot, Szechuan pepper, it's got cacao, and it's got benzo in. And it opens up with a nice little bit of freshness. It's not a super fresh fragrance, but there is some freshness in there. You've got a nice bergamot note with a spicy Szechuan pepper, and it doesn't change too much as the fragrance progresses, but as it dries down, you get a little bit of that cacao and some sweetness from the benzo in. It's a really nice one, this is, and I'm surprised not more people talk about it. Next up, we've got Armaf Club de Nuit Intense Man. I think everyone knows about this fragrance by now. It's an Aventus clone, and it's pretty good, to be fair. The longer it's on your skin, the more it smells like Aventus. It's a woody fruity fragrance, and it's got notes of lemon, birch, patchouli and musk. And for the price you can get this, it's a pretty good fragrance. I mean, you can get it in the £30 range, and if you can't afford Aventus, it's definitely a good option. Moving on, we've got Giorgio Armani Acqua di Gio Profumo. I've spoke about this a few times on the channel already. Everyone knows I love this fragrance. It's an aromatic aquatic, and it's got notes of bergamot, incense, patchouli and an aquatic accord. It's just one of my favourite designer fragrances. I love it. I'll always have a bottle of this one. You've got a lovely fresh opening with the bergamot and the aquatic accord, and it dries down to an aquatic patchouli with a touch of incense. Really good one. Next, we've got Diesel Only the Brave Tattoo. Now, this fragrance doesn't really get talked about a lot, and I quite like it. It's got a youthful feel to it because it is really sweet, but it's nice. It is a nice fragrance. It's an oriental. It's got notes of apple, tobacco, bourbon pepper and benzo in, and you get a really nice blast of super sweet apple in the opening, but it does calm down a little bit. The sweetness isn't quite as intense through the whole fragrance, but you've got a lovely bourbon pepper note that comes into play, and a touch of tobacco and benzo in as it dries down. I do really like this one in the cold weather, I'll be honest. And moving on, we've got Y Eau de Parfum from Yves Saint Laurent. This is one I've already reviewed on the channel as well. It's a really nice fragrance. Got beast mode performance on my skin as well. It's an aromatic fougere, and you've got notes of apple, ginger, sage and tonka bean. This one can pretty much go year round as well because it's plenty strong enough for the winter, and it's got a nice freshness for the summer. You've just got to be careful how much you spray in the summer. This is another one I really like. Next, we've got Prada Luna Rossa Carbon. I'm classing this as a black bottle. Even though it's got silver and red on it, it's got a black base and it's got a clear glass, but it's got black running through it. I thought I'd throw it in either way. My bottle's getting a little bit empty, but I have got a backup because I wear this one a lot. This is a really good fragrance. In fact, this is probably the fragrance that I wear the most out of all the fragrances I've got. I've got loads of dumb reach fragrances, but this is my dumb reach fragrance. If I don't know what to wear, just like today, Prada Luna Rossa Carbon. It's an aromatic fougere, and it's got notes of lavender, metallic notes, ambroxan and bergamot, and it just works for anything. You can pretty much wear this in any situation, all year round. It doesn't matter what the weather, it just works. This is by far my most complimented fragrance, and it's one that I think I'll always have. Moving on, we've got a new one in my collection. This is Jean Paul Gaultier's La Malle Le Parfum. I picked this one up last week, so I've only wore it once, but it's a really nice fragrance. It's classified as an oriental, and it's got notes of iris, lavender, vanilla and cardamom. I'm not that familiar with this fragrance yet because, like I say, I've only wore it once, but it smells really good. I'm looking forward to wearing this one a lot more in the cold weather. And last on the list, we've got Prada Luna Rossa Black. This one's a really, really nice fragrance for the cold weather. It's classified as an oriental, and you've got notes of bergamot, tonka bean, amber and patchouli. This one I wore a lot last winter, and it probably got me the best compliment I've ever had off a co-worker. It does smell really, really good. It's proper warm and inviting. It's got a really intoxicating smell. I've not wore this for a long time because the weather's been a lot warmer, but when the cold weather comes round, this will definitely be in my rotation for sure. So they were all my beautiful black bottles. Nowhere near as many as Barry, that's for sure. There was, what, 8 of them? But I hope you enjoyed the video anyway. I've enjoyed doing it. And thanks for taking the time out to watch this video. I hope the 2 people who I've tagged can do the video. If you can't, guys, it's no problem. And until next time, keep smelling amazing.